Pudge, what time is
It's time for the Chubby Guys podcast.
Woo!
Hey, Chubbies, who out there is fighting diabetes? We got Beth Fraley on the show tonight. She's going to tell you how she just went ahead and whipped diabetes' ass. She's giving Chad some advice, giving Pudge some advice. If you're a chubby out there looking on how to beat diabetes, tune in now.
This is unbelievable. I can't imagine the time it must have taken you guys to put that together, but
We was there from noon till 10.
well, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Beth, you're savage.
It was rough.
Hey, I mean, I don't know if you're into charcuterie boards or
Hey, say that again.
charcuterie. Is that, am I saying that correct?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie, yeah, okay. Well, I was close.
But
Yeah.
you said it with confidence.
Yeah. Well, you
did.
know, that's kind of the key. If you're going to mispronounce something, own it. Just own it. Yeah. You know, if I'm going to say, hey, man, I'm from Illinois, I'm just going to go with it, you know?
Yeah. Did you make you one of them at that wedding?
Oh, man, dude, it was huge.
It was a table.
I mean, yeah, she had a whole table.
Yeah.
And then they had these little cups with like vegetables, like in ranch. I mean, dude, I've never seen anything like it.
It doesn't
It
surprise
was
me.
unreal. Like, I think that now that's referred to as like a grazing table.
table.
Yeah. I know.
Crazy table.
Yeah, well, and let me tell you something. About midnight or so, a man could just graze right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, if you knew the tribe of people that she's been feeding for the last 30
yeah,
years, you'd
nothing
see why
better.
she's good at that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my goodness. Do you like the charcuterie
Oh, yeah.
experience?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
man, I'm telling you. Hers unbelievable.
I've never had anything bad that you fixed.
Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah, you've had.
I've had a lot of your food.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never had anything bad. You guys brought us something one time. Brought us something over to the house. Maybe when we had COVID?
It was.
Or no, when we had Gibson
Yeah,
or something.
when you had Gibson.
Yeah.
I think it was cookies and stuff.
So, yeah.
So, like, do you guys do like catering, like full meals and stuff like that, or
We
is it
can.
primarily hors d'oeuvres and things?
We
like
can, but I like to stick to the tables, the trays, and boxes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was telling Beth. So, this, ladies and gentlemen, this is Beth Fraley. She is a great friend of both of ours. So, you were telling me, I was, me and Beth were talking before you got here.
Yeah.
So, it's funny that I called Scott the other day. We were just talking, and you know, this is really cool for me because this is like both of my lives.
Yeah.
Because I know Beth through the horse business.
Right.
And, you know, that's kind of like my other side of
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
And then, you know, then there's you.
Yeah.
But you two have known each other your whole
Well,
lives.
we would Parkview together.
Yeah.
That's and that's what
And so,
Chad was telling.
so did her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was cool because, you know, and we were all talking about this.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody that has ever went to school with you that has ever said anything bad.
Well, they're probably lying.
Like, everybody's always like, oh, yeah. I always know if it's a.
I tried to be nice.
Yeah,
man.
you did.
You know.
I Don't you hope our kids do that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Well, I won't put up with any less.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I just hope our kids are the ones that whenever they get out of school, they think, man, our kids weren't
that guy's a
assholes.
good guy.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah.
But ever since I've known you, you have been a savage. I mean, you have.
Now, I don't know about the savage part.
well, she's raised.
Of course, I'll tell you. I mean, it adds up. I mean,
Well, so you know the reason that you're on the show is you've recently beat type 2 diabetes,
Yes.
and since I've known you, you have raised 3 biological children.
Yes.
You have raised 2 adopted twins.
They're not twins.
Or not, they're not twins.
No.
They are you've raised 2 adopted biological
Yes.
kids that have special needs.
Mm-hmm.
You raised them and adopted them, raised them. How many foster children? You don't know.
I would say we probably have 20 or 30.
20 or 30 foster kids.
Yep.
How many grandkids?
I have 4. 3 boys and a girl.
4. Yeah. Okay. So 3 boys and a girl. You've got a beautiful farm.
Yep.
You keep a immaculate house.
Thank you.
They just kick ass.
yeah. I mean, you got to say they're winning.
Yeah, the whole family's winning. I mean,
Yeah.
I've become great friends with them over the last 10 years, and I mean, by golly, they're doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, and I wanted to bring you on and just see how are you managing all this? Number one, and then how did you beat obesity and diabetes? You know, I mean.
Yeah.
We you know, that's chubby slang there. You know, that's what we like to say. You know,
trials and tribulations of obesity.
Yeah.
We fought it all of our lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do it?
I last year in October, actually, it was my birthday, and I have type 2 diabetes, and my A1C was up to almost 8, 9. Mm-hmm. And I was already on an insulin pump, and I thought, well, I'm not going to go up anymore. So I just made the decision I was going to change it. And I love, as you know, pasta, potatoes. We love that. And I was like, I just cut it out. I have not had pop.
Sweets, you love sweets.
Well, I know, because I've been a diabetic, so sweets never bothered me.
Okay.
And so I just cut it out, eliminated it, and I went from there, and I did not go back. And it just, I was able to stay focused on it. And to date, a year later, I have lost 55 pounds exactly.
Let me ask you, how long were you at type 2, Beth?
Probably about 25 years.
Oh my! So they diagnosed you early on.
I had it.
Hey, Patch, you still heating your house with wood?
Hell no, man. It was way too much work. I installed a gas stove, and I've been calling Nimco Gas at 740-596-4477. I also got a hold of them at nimcogas@outlook.com as their email. And I also looked them up on their website, and that's nimcopropane.com. Chad, these guys, they've been delivering gas for over 30 years in our area. Just talked to them last week. They said that their customer base is one of the biggest it's ever been. It's one of the best things I ever did was call Nimco Gas. I got tired of dealing with all that wood. Way too much work.
Nimco.
My God, as a parent of an 8-year-old with a family and moving through life, the best thing I ever did was download the McDonald's app. What a breeze. Order for your family. Pull up. They bring it to you. Easy. Download the app today from McDonald's.
Gestational.
Oh, okay.
And then they say it can and can't carry, but with my last one, I don't think it left.
Okay,
went and
just
said,
hung on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I have it myself. I've had it about 10 years.
Yeah.
And you talk about your A1C, man. I was tickled to death. I just got an A1C of 7.9, but that's down from, I've been as high as 13.
Oh, my Lord, Chad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. But so mine is actually, it's the best it's been in, 10 years.
Well,
it's
I'm
actually
proud
trending
to say,
down.
I'm proud to say mine a month ago was 5.4 or 5.7.
Well, that's normal. I mean, that's normal.
I'm considered not
yeah,
diabetic.
Yeah, that's not diabetic.
So what did you majorly change? Just your diet,
Eating.
your eating.
Yes.
Okay. So give me your, what were you eating before whenever you were full blown diabetic? Just anything you want, pastas, breads.
We ate pasta all the time. We ate pizza, bread, potato. I love baked potatoes. We ate baked potatoes.
French fries.
No, it was more baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. I mean, basically anything. I drank pop.
Carbs.
Yeah, and I cut the pop out and basically cut almost all the carbs, but it was not keto because you don't want to be a diabetic and be on a keto diet.
Right.
And I just ended it.
So what kind of carbs are you eating now? Okay, so give me an example of a diet now.
I eat a lot of grilled chicken, a lot of green beans.
So there's your carbs. Mm-hmm. You're eating those carbs.
Yeah.
Which are
with
what
the green beans.
Just veggie carbs, meats and veggies.
And I've had a struggle with that. I don't know if Scott told you, I ended up in the hospital over all of this because I went from having the diabetes to having to take medicine to going the other way to where I have to carry medicine because it goes too low.
Yeah.
So I can't get in that happy media yet.
Yeah.
But, he didn't tell me that.
Yeah, and my pancreas is just being lazy and slow, and it's not been able to catch up with me yet to where I've lost the weight because now it's resetting and going back to basically normal before I was ever a diabetic. So I spent a couple days in OSU trying to figure it out and everything. And I mean, there's nothing really you can do but just keep working with it to make sure that, I don't go too low. But I've been insulin free for probably 6 months.
Now he's having that trouble, kind of. I mean,
yeah. Well, I've never been insulin dependent. Mine's been able to be controlled with metformin and glimepiride.
Yeah.
And I've lost in the last 6 months. I've lost about 35, 40 pounds.
That's good.
Over the last 10 years, I've lost a total of about 100. But here, just in the last probably 3-4 months, I've taken another dip. I've lost a lot more weight, and I was having problems with it spiking. Just like my understanding is now in talking to the doctors is when your body composition changes that much and they don't adjust your medications along with it, you can not only go low, but like if let's say you just, I don't know, like you drink a beer,
Yeah.
or something,
Yep.
and it causes your sugar to just skyrocket.
Yes.
And that's what I've been experiencing. So I thought it was really weird. What they're doing is they're cutting the medication, some of it, in plans of leveling things out.
Yeah.
To where I shouldn't deal with the drastic spikes.
Yeah. And
highs
that,
and lows.
that's really hard to deal with because
Yeah.
And
I guess it's a pretty long process.
yeah, and you may have to be on different medicines.
Yeah, it's encouraging to me though that you can get yourself to the point where you can be off of medicine. I've always heard, hey, you're on metformin the rest of your life, pal. Yeah.
I took metformin probably 10 years ago, and then they took me off of it, and I don't remember why, but I'm sure there's a lot of side effects to metformin.
Oh my, yeah.
And I said if I go off, I'm not going back on it due to the side effects. I was just like, no.
What are the side effects?
It plays hell on your GI tract.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like you have to know where a restroom is every second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your body just doesn't really get used to it.
Yeah.
So what is actually? I know the differences between high and low blood sugar, but what is?
Hey, do you want to help develop your child's athletic ability? Or maybe you want to get off the couch and make yourself a little bit better? They earn the day at AP Prep. Look them up, apprep.info.
Hey guys, on behalf of the Chubbies, huge thanks to Geiger Brothers Construction. Give them a call at 740-286-0800. They've been great community supporters, and they are a friend of the Chubby program, so thank you, Geiger Brothers Construction. That doing. Like what does high blood sugar do?
It's killing your
It destroys
pancreas,
your
kidneys, your eyes.
Your pancreas is essentially shutting down,
Yeah.
but all of the organs in your body are basically under attack.
Yeah.
When your blood sugar is high, what is it, like the kidneys are what they really worry
Yeah,
about.
the kidneys
correct?
it really affects.
Your liver, people lose their eyesight.
Yeah.
Your circulation. A lot of people wind up
Neuropathy.
losing limbs. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have neuropathy?
No.
Yeah.
Nope. Never.
So what about low? Same thing?
I don't think it's as bad. When it's low, you're going down. Dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
To be honest, you would rather be high, because if you're high, you're to yourself still to be able to get it down. When it's low, you're low. You're low on the ground, hoping someone knows how to help you.
you better have a glass of orange juice pretty quick.
And a jar of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't leave the house without a snack.
Yeah.
So you're scared it's going to crash now.
Yeah. And that's what has been happening. And it's, and I've been up in the middle of the night and it been in the 50s. And it's
Wow.
And your body, as you know, your body will I don't know how yours, but if I know mine's getting low, I'll just feel like I'm starving. And my stomach, I haven't ate, and literally I can go and just eat, binging.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of get the shakes.
Yeah.
And it's
Tired.
almost sweating.
Yeah. Yawning, tired, you could just lay down
But then
wherever.
the high does the same thing to me as far as making me tired.
Yeah.
And then the last two times it's gotten super high, I've acted like I was drunk.
Yes.
I couldn't balance, couldn't focus.
And they do say that when you have very high sugar, that it's almost the equivalent to being drunk.
Yeah,
So it's scary if you're out and something would happen in a car and you act that way. Their first thing they're going to think is
You're drunk.
Yeah, somebody was telling me, they're like, hey man, you better get one of those necklaces or something that
Yeah, I have it in my phone.
Yeah,
The emergency in my phone, just because you never know. And I thought, my gosh, I don't. They don't know, so you're not alert enough to tell them what's going on.
No, I went home the other night. My wife was just
Yeah,
thought.
I thought Chad
she's
was
like, what the
trashed.
hell have you guys been doing?
Yeah, and you actually walk like you can't.
Oh my god! I was falling down. I was, it was a mess.
I'll tell you an example.
We'll start telling everybody about it. Just sugar.
And it's,
Yeah.
I had an episode. This has been several years ago, and it was Matthew and Lindsay. We went to Toro Loco with them, and Lindsay wanted to drink margaritas, and I was like, and she's like, drink one. I'm like, no, because I was like, it'll mess my shirt. Oh, no,
sweet.
no,
Yeah.
no, it won't. Matthew's like, just have one. So I thought, all right. So I drank one. one. I didn't even drink it all. I stood up. I could not walk straight out of Toro Loco. Matthew's like, "Oh my gosh, Mom, look at you. You just didn't drink all that and you're drunk." And I was like, and I knew, and I told Scott, I said, "That is not me drinking that margarita. It's my sugar."
Yeah.
You know, and here I am slopping all over Toro Loco trying to get out. Matthew was laughing, you know.
He
Get
ain't no
home.
different.
No.
He's lightweight too.
Yeah. And we get home and I check it and I call him. I said, my drunkenness was 700 and some points because that's how high my sugar was from that margarita.
Your sugar went to 700.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh." And I was like, "That's why we don't drink margaritas."
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, mine gets to like 500. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Wow.
I mean, I literally like was staggering in my eye, like, and it's like, just let me lay down.
Get the Noke and get to 7. And
Man.
Yeah. I've had that happen a couple times, and steroids is really bad. I had to have steroids, and
like
it's
a
done
shot, like
yeah.
Yep.
And it'll just fight it off.
Well, they'll know.
No, it goes
No,
up.
like if
Steroids raises.
let's say you've got a sinus infection, a bad one. A lot of times, when they give you a penicillin shot or something, a lot of times they'll give you a steroid to kind of help fight the infection. But like you got to make a choice.
Yeah.
When you're type 2, because if that steroid hits you, man, you better just not eat.
Yeah. You better just go home and lay down.
Yeah, how sick are you, man? I mean,
Yeah.
How quick do you want that sinus infection going?
Just go home and drink a lot of water and lay down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds miserable.
Well, you know what, man? The thing I've gotten, I don't know. The first thing I had to get used to in it was get used to being hungry. You know, like, hey,
You want to be hungry.
well, no, you don't want to be, but like, here's the thing. Like the lady that really leveled it with me. She's like, "Oh, you want to drink beer?
Don't eat.
Yeah, it better be like ultra or light, and you better not eat anything but protein,
Yeah.
and not a whole lot of that. But that's the trade off.
Yeah.
Because if you think you're going to sit down to a pizza and 6 beers, we'll see you in the ER, pal.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you're sitting at the table eating, you have to look at
Well,
what you're eating and make a choice.
Yeah, well,
Of how
and
is
hey,
this?
the first 5-6 years that I had this, man, I just
Did whatever you
I was
wanted.
taking the medicine, and
But there's so many people that does that. I'm taking, and I've even known people that will be like, "Oh, I want a piece of cake. I'll just take an extra insulin." And
yeah,
I'm like,
ooh,
that's
that's not really good. Yeah, and see, I knew better, man. My mom is a type 1. She's had it since she was 8 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah, and I mean, so she knew all about it. I mean, I should have known better. I let myself get up to, she's 365 pounds, damn near 400.
Yeah.
And my pancreas said, "Hey, pal, see ya."
Yeah.
I mean, that's what causes type 2, basically, as
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yeah. But, when I first got it, I was not heavy at all.
Yeah, well, you
So-
gestational.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
and there's got to be some kind of genetic predisposition. To
And,
that,
I'm the
too.
only one in my family
Really?
that's a diabetic at all. And I don't even, and with my first child, I didn't have it. Then with my next 2, I had it.
Yeah.
And each one got worse.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those. It's one of those things you kind of learn to live with it, but like, you've got to watch it.
Yeah. It's
I
like a
mean,
nagging
Yeah.
person back
And
there all the time.
that's what scared me the other night, and then again last. I mean, that's what scared me. Is normally I've got control over it. I mean, I've only had 2 or 3 events where things have gotten crazy.
Yeah.
And that was eye opening.
Yeah.
And for it to happen that quick back to back, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
I mean, what are we going to do here?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, relax. We probably should have adjusted your meds when you lost this weight.
Yeah.
We didn't see that, or,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Well,
But like I thought, I mean, tell me, maybe my reason. Hey, are you a business owner looking for insurance coverage? Give this guy a call. You know him. You trust him. Jason Gillum Insurance, 740-395-0190. Was when you lose weight, you need less medicine, and if you need less medicine, that's good, right? I mean, but apparently there's an adjustment phase there.
see,
And your body chemistry is still it's all out of whack.
yeah, because you're
Did you stair step?
with my medicine. My endocrinologist did. I worked with her a lot, And she, we had to adjust, and I had the pump, and we still, had to keep adjusting all of that.
So how long were you insulin dependent then?
Oh my gosh, I've been insulin dependent probably 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so when we just, started, and I took myself off the pump because my sugar was going so low, and I was getting scared if I was home alone or if I was driving and something would happen. And so
And was that due to the weight loss?
yes.
Okay.
So I told Scott, I said, I'm just going to stop it. She wasn't on board for it. And I went back to the doctor 2 months later, and she wanted my machine to read it. And I said, well, I'm going to be honest. I said, I haven't had insulin for 2 months. She's like, oh.
Did you have any other meds?
No.
Or that was it. You were just.
And
I'm
she's
done.
like, oh, and she's like, how's it going? And which I was still checking my sugar, so she could
Right.
look at that.
Right.
And she's like, well, and she done my A1C. She said, well, your A1C at that point was 5.1.
Wow.
And I said, and she said, okay, but I couldn't. Still, I had to take insulin and keep it just because I had to work my way out of it.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this. Wild ass theories here. Like I've always been told,
Listen to
hey,
your
once
doctor.
you started, once you've started this, you're always going to have it.
Yeah.
But I wonder where you just, really, you just said, all right, I'm just not going to take that because that's going to.
Yeah.
I wonder if that kind of jump started the pancreas to get going again or something.
Probably because it's trying to go back.
Whereas, if you would have just stayed on that and stayed on that,
So this doctor would have never told you to do that.
I think eventually she would have, because she has to check the labs, and at one point she would have had to, been like, no, because you can't continue on with it because now my body's doing what it should with the
it'd
insulin.
be way too low.
Yeah, that's what would happen. So I had to give the insulin up. I worried about it. Scott didn't worry. He's like, don't worry. And I'm like, but when you're so used to that and dependent on it, you do worry.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Did you feel anything?
No. Well, when my sugar would go low.
No,
Oh.
like whenever you got off that medicine.
No, I really couldn't tell that much. I guess no.
And you were waiting like, okay, if I feel this, I'll take some.
Yeah. You can tell your body.
You know when
Yeah.
you've got high or low
Yeah.
blood sugar.
And if you take something, like I've been fighting a sinus infection, so I've took some cough syrup.
Yep.
Well, it's went up a little, but nothing out of the range it shouldn't, and I watch it for that reason, but I'm good. When I get up, I check it in the morning. I do check it several times a day, and Scott's like, why? And I'm like, I just,
Paranoid.
me
habit.
too. Yeah. Yeah, it's a habit.
Yeah.
So, but she did put me on the Libra too.
Okay. Now, what is that? I've heard that, but what is it?
It's a device, and you just put it right into your arm.
and you can read it on your phone.
And it hooks to your phone, and it will tell you if your sugar's high, low, and like if you're asleep, and it
I think
goes low.
I think my insurance said negatory to that or something like that.
Mine did too, but my doctor wrote a paper because it was a health related issue, so they should cover it.
Really? Okay.
That's what I was told. And
I need to switch doctors.
You on Jackson City Schools?
No. I'm on Valtech. Mine. Melissa and the kids are on that, but I stayed on mine.
I need to see.
you might call your insurance company and even explain to them the situation, and sometimes
I've not made a big effort for
Yeah.
that. I probably need to do that.
Yeah, I'm in my first thing. I'm getting ready to call them about the sleep study.
Yeah.
See if they'll pay for a sleep study.
That'll be a no doubt yes, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a preventative medicine.
If your doctor thinks you need it, absolutely.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
But see, it's so weird with insulin stuff. People need it, and they're just like,
That's unreal, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what would really be scary is like if you were type 2 or and I bet there are so many people walking around out there that have it
oh yeah,
and don't know it and just destroying their bodies.
Yeah.
But the thing that's really sad is like, can you imagine if you had this but had no access to insulin?
medicine. Yeah.
And there's a lot of programs out there now, as I understand it, but like, I just can't imagine what that'd be
Yeah.
like.
It's scary
I
because
wonder why like insulin and blood pressure medicine. That's almost like the common cold anymore. Wonder why you just can't go buy.
you can buy insulin over the counter at Walmart and
Really?
or behind with the pharmacy. I think it's like $35 a vial, but you have to make sure what kind you need
Yeah,
for
right.
yourself.
There's several different types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they have made that, but still, it's $35.
Yeah,
I know that's
yeah.
not a lot, but to somebody it may be.
Oh, yeah.
That can't,
Yeah.
get it. So,
Well, I think a lot of us, we kind of take medical insurance for granted, and like we bitch about, God, that's getting
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I'm on 6 different prescriptions, cost me
maybe $30 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I'm spending that much on Nexium.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I started buying. I'm on like Zyrtec. I just started buying it over the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was taking omeprazole. It was like $2.
Yeah,
But it wasn't really working, so I started taking Nexium, and I take $24 a month worth.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well.
But if you doctor writes your prescription, you're going to pay probably double that.
Yeah, probably.
For the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So-
Well,
Yeah,
maybe.
you
I don't
probably
know.
you never know, man. You might
Yeah.
want to try it.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried it both ways.
They had me on
I mean,
omeprazole, and it was $2.
Yeah, no, is that same thing?
Pretty much.
Okay.
It's just a little lighter dose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Scott was telling me, though, that you also have incorporated working out religiously. Because we kind of, me and Scott was talking the other day, one key factor is discipline.
Yes. That
No
is
matter
the
what.
That is the major one. That is the major key player.
What was harder, the eating or the exercise?
Probably the exercising, because you just have to motivate yourself to do it. And it's just
Yeah.
like, I don't want to.
Do you do it in the morning or the evening, or is it like
It's
do you
hard.
make a schedule every
No.
day? Okay,
No.
just whenever you can get it.
Well,
in.
where we live, like I can walk around the winery,
Sure.
Yeah.
and I can go, and I do go to the gym. I was
Are you trying to get 10,000 steps? I mean, what's your goal?
I really don't set a goal. I just,
See,
go.
we were talking about that the other day, man.
Like
I think there's something to that.
What? Just 20 minutes.
Not putting a hard
Yeah.
goal in place, but like just making sure you're doing something at least
Yes.
3-4 times a week.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like kind of leaving it at some days, like Matt Jenkins, the Jackson County Gazelle, made a comment to me one time. He's like, "Hey man, you go out some mornings, you just don't have it."
Yeah.
He goes, "I'm fighting to get for him fighting 5 miles."
Yeah, 20 miles. I'm fighting to get in.
Yeah, I'm
That
fighting.
trip
You got
to
fighting to get
Chillicothe.
in 5, but like, and he goes, "Man, on a morning like that, when I'm just not feeling it, I just take a left turn and head back to the house.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
got out there and got something done, and
Yeah.
tomorrow I might feel better, and away I'll go.
You just don't want to put yourself to hate. Do it. I mean,
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's if it's going to be a lifestyle thing, you can't just hate it.
No.
And
And it has to be something you're going to do forever.
Right.
I mean, and that's the same way with eating. So many
Oh,
people
my.
are, if you want the cake, eat it.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Just eat it, because you're not going to eat the
I
whole
want
slice.
the damn cake, man.
You're not going to eat the whole slice.
Yeah, I guarantee it I am. I'm probably going to eat that one and the one next to it.
See, I don't know.
I-
man. For me, the
I am.
eating.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The eating wasn't that bad, but I mean, I finally had to kind of square myself up. Like, all right, dude, you ate yourself into this mess, eating whatever in the hell you want. Now what do you like to do? And dang it, me, man. I like to drink a few beers. I like to drink bourbon, and
You like to eat?
well, I like that stuff better than eating a big plate of pasta. Which I'll tell you what's hard for me is that's my favorite food, dude.
Pasta.
I love pasta and noodles of any kind, man.
Yep.
But you just can't do it that much. And I never really stuck to it till I got scared there. What was probably about a year ago, 6, 8, I don't know. Like when we were just talking, it might have been 2 years ago. We were in that studio over
Yeah.
there. And my weight was going up again and everything, and went to the doctor, and they're like, "Okay, your A1C's garbage. Let's go."
That intro we had that we did with whenever I was smoking that cigar.
Yeah.
He's big in that one compared to now. Compared to now,
I would agree. Yeah.
hell, I'm big now compared to then.
I'm
but-
still big, dude.
Well, but-
there's a
noticeable difference
Yeah,
in that.
there's still work to do, but like what I'm saying is, then that's when I finally took to the diet and was like, all right,
It clicks, and you got to do it.
And you know what? Restaurants today, I mean, they're pretty adaptable.
Oh, yes.
Like you can find something. And what I've tried to do is be like, hey man, it's cool to go out to eat with everybody. They can eat whatever they want.
You might eat off kids' menu.
Well,
I do.
I mean,
You do?
Well,
Yes.
I just try to get something that is just very low carb.
Yeah.
Now, would I like to look over and,
Have a potato.
Oh, baked potato, man, with steak. I mean, that's unreal.
Potato skins.
But, maybe just go with steak and green beans.
yeah.
How are you doing it with your husband? Because the biggest problem that me and Mindy have is I like to do it, And Mindy don't give two shits.
Oh yeah.
I have Scott on the same diet as I'm on. And
Now is he losing
exercising.
weight too?
He is.
He lost a ton there about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So he's on it. Because I grocery shop. I'm the one, and we honestly we eat out a lot. It's just us.
You guys eat
Scott-
out probably every day.
Yeah, I mean-
you're empty nesters.
Yeah,
now, right?
so it's
Yeah.
just me and him, and so
Yeah.
it's easier for us and practically cheaper now
Sure.
just to go eat.
Yeah.
And we eat a lot of Toro Loco.
Oh,
because
yeah,
you
you
can eat
guys
the
are-
fajita.
Yeah.
And that's it. I just
Yeah.
get the fajita. I get the lunch fajita, steak meat, and I don't eat anything with it. And just some chips and salsa.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it, huh?
Can't do it.
Got to have that tortilla.
That no
2 cups
Scott.
of cheese sauce.
Yeah, you don't
No.
eat the queso sauce?
No.
Oh, man.
Now see
No.
cheese. I'll go ahead and throw that on there a little
But
bit.
cheese is not.
Nah.
You can have the cheese.
Yeah.
It's just high calories, just low sugar.
Yeah, but I look at the carbs because a lot of people will say, well, you got to count your calories. And like I've had to go to a dietitian pretty much the whole time in order for insurance and things. And they're like, don't look at the calories and definitely don't look at the sugar. Count your carbs, your net carbs. So
How do you count your net carbs?
you're going to take the amount of carbs that's in you'll take the amount of carbs that's in the item, and to get your net carb, if there's fiber, you will subtract that fiber from the net carb, and that gives you your net. But there's not always going to be fiber.
So, like, if you eat, so let's say you're eating 1 cup of Special K cereal, which would have some fiber in it.
Yes.
And let's just say that there's 26 grams of sugar in it and 14 grams of fiber, you would have 12 grams of sugar.
Net carbs.
Net carbs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of people get confused on how to do that. I mean,
Or, yeah, whatever the carbs
Clara,
are, not the sugar.
Clara.
Uh-huh.
Clara, she's on this diet as well.
Okay.
Because she has seizures, and she's been little, very little.
Yeah, yeah.
She got up to like 143 pounds, and she started having seizures. And I was like, we couldn't put our finger on what was going on with her. And then she went to the doctor, and he said her medication is for a 100-pound person. She's put on 43 pounds. So he gave us the option, to get her weight back down or up her medicine. So we've gotten her weight back down. And, and she's adjusted very well to it. And she has lost, she's like down to 119.
Wow.
Yeah. So you just have to stick to it.
I'm convinced the older I get, and especially the older I get, and the more my body the older my body gets, the what you put in your body is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Mentally, physically, everything. It's just, the sugars and just, the caffeines and just all
the thing that kind of dawned on me when I started like trying to do it right was like, man, every time you eat or walk in a gas station and want to pick up a snack or what, you're making a choice every time, on how's your day going to be, go grab that Snickers bar and get ready to sleep all afternoon.
Yeah.
Or maybe you might want to grab a bag of peanuts.
Yeah.
See, if I do that, I get the gout.
Really? You can't eat that
I can't
kind of stuff.
have peanuts by instantly. Yeah.
Or like a beef stick.
Yeah, beef stick. Yeah.
cheese,
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah. And it, I mean,
I kind of had to dumb down the thing to me, and I'm probably not doing it 100% right. But like, I just look at it like, I don't count how many carbs. I'm just like, oh no, that's high carbs. I'll do this. And the dietitian that I was talking to told me, she's like, hey, look, if you're going to get like chicken wings, she's like, you don't even have to get like naked chicken wings, but if it's got breading on it, no more carbs.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. You're fine, but no more carbs.
Yeah.
Don't do that in mashed potatoes or
The sauce.
Or
Yeah,
ranch.
right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so it's just, I don't know. It's not really, I mean, I don't feel like it's been that hard.
No.
I mean, it is. It's an adjustment because, I mean, I went from just eating whatever in the hell I wanted, and I'll go through phases of that, but I'm done with that. I'm not doing that anymore. I mean,
you go through like you'll crave something you really want, and for instance, one time I wanted a Whopper.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I wanted it. I went and I bought it. I took like 3 bites and I threw it in the trash, and I was done. And I was over.
Yeah, and that's good. They're really. I mean,
you know.
Yeah. Well, and like I still like pizza, And I mean,
We
I've
love
tried all
pizza.
them, and like I can go like Pizza Hut thin and crispy normally doesn't mess with me, but
Yeah.
I ate that last Sunday and I don't know, and it was a mess. So I mean, I don't know.
Well, they
see.
need to get down to our sponsors. Brad Munn of your Jackson Wilson who killed McCarthy McDonald.
yeah, absolutely. Order a
Use the app.
and get a grilled chicken with no bun, man.
Yeah.
Fired up.
See how that shameless plug, bud. Shameless plug.
Yeah. 4 of those round eggs, nothing else.
And a sausage patty.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Well, congrats. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, that's
Good
awesome.
job.
That's awesome, Beth. I'll tell you that's inspiring knowing that it's possible to get off of medication and go
Yes.
back down to normal range.
well, and I can tell
mean,
people you're not just sitting around.
No. No.
Yeah, you never have.
No.
I mean, you guys aren't sitting at home at 5:30 watching television.
When I quit working at the jail, I noticed then that I had put on like 30 pounds, and I was like, oh God, I said, I got to either take it off or go back to work. That was my options because I was like,
Yeah.
you're only so much you can do at home. And then I thought, no, I'm just, going to take it off. And I felt really good. But the thing that got me, we went to Las Vegas about a month ago.
You two honeymooners has been. You
Yeah.
guys are like two newlyweds. Oh yeah, I heard Scott. Have you seen that?
I saw that.
Them loins is on fire here the last couple of years now.
And so we went and we checked in our suitcases. And I, have to have standard, 50 pounds or whatever it is. Well, my suitcase was a little over 50. They let it on there. But then I got to thinking in my mind, I was like, my suitcase was very heavy. That's exactly how much weight I had lost that I was packing.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
was like,
No
okay.
wonder it's easier to walk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's exactly
And, I didn't put it in the picture like that until I really realized the suitcase. And I was like, wow,
Yeah. You don't think about that.
No.
No.
I'm about to do. Me and Matthew's been jawing a little
I was
bit.
going to say it's about time for you guys to fire one.
Well, I told him today. I said, let's just fight.
Oh God! Yeah, forget the whole 6 weeks of weight loss. Yeah.
I said, let's just fight.
He does that boxing too.
That's fine.
There's a ring over there, right?
that's fine.
Davey will come and referee for you.
No, I ain't fighting David.
yeah.
I ain't fighting David. Hey, we got a video, Davey. We lost it on
Yes.
at the Apple Festival. He ripped out about 150 pull-ups
It was unbelievable.
at the arcade.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He done the push-up challenge on the grandstand too or something. 120 push-ups and so, I don't know. Yeah.
Kid is unbelievable.
yeah.
He's another one that sticks to the
And the arm wrestling, my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a machine.
Yeah.
And he's been like that ever since how old is Davey?
Davey is 24,
He's 24. How old's Claire?
21.
21.
Yep.
When did you adopt him?
Davey would correct me if he was here because I can't never remember. Claire was 8 and Davey was 10.
Okay. That's probably
I
about the time
believe.
I met you guys. Probably.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
He was pretty young. When
Yeah,
I
they were
started
young.
coming around.
Yeah, they were because they were the youngest foster kids that we had.
Was they?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had a good time over the years, man. I used to live over at their house.
Well, yeah, you guys did a lot together.
A lot
with
of
the
horses.
and
Yeah.
stuff.
Scott and Davey came over and built my fence for me, basically. Built my pasture.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and Matthew, man alive, Matthew is like my little brother, man. We've done everything together. Man, but we don't get to hang out much anymore. Life just happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
he's-
works.
He's got a kid, and he's working, and he's married. And I mean, he just show up over at my house every night.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, things change, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You start having kids and doing all that, man.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It changes
Yep.
it.
Me and Matt-
You guys are on the other side of it. I'm a little envious. I bet that's kind of nice.
Yeah. It is. It is. It is. I mean,
You guys started early, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Who's the oldest one, Ashley? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's probably 30.
2.
She's 32. Yeah, so yeah, you
She just
did.
turned 32.
How long y'all been out? 31.
Oh God,
right?
longer now. Almost 35 now, right? Or did we just have the 35th? I don't.
No,
Or have we
31.
had it?
No, you're 31. 91.
1991.
31.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah,
like it.
yeah. Seems like a while. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
you guys are old.
Doesn't feel that long ago, but it is. Yeah.
Or is it? Or is that 40? How long is that?
No, dude.
It's not 40.
All right, if we graduate
91?
91, yeah.
I was born in '92 and I'm 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
31.
31. Yeah.
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 It's always good to graduate a year before the producer was born.
Yeah.
My life really wasn't in black and white, Tyler. I mean, like, yeah.
Got anything else you want to tell them?
Just exercise and stick to your diet.
If you're diabetic, you can win this thing.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
that's encouraging to hear.
It is.
It is.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Keep kicking ass.
I will.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. All
Come
right.
back soon.
You got
We'll
this.
see.
Check us out. ChubbyGuysPodcast.com. Check out our sponsors, Nimco, Geiger Brothers, Gillum Insurance, Brad Munn,
Hey, buy some merch.
AP Prep.
AP Prep,
Yeah.
win the day.
Earn the day.
Earn a day.
Earn a day. So check them out.
Yeah.
We got some new stuff coming up. Got some new pods coming up with
Oh,
the
yeah.
Weekly Noob.
Yeah,
For all you
Weekly
dad and son
Noob.
gamers out there.
Yeah. If you're a gamer, you're going to have to check it out because these guys go deep.
And they go deep. And then we also got the Music and Drugs.
Music
coming
and
out
Drugs,
with
that's
BJ
cool, dude.
Wildman.
That's a cool
That's
one.
going to be a cool show. So check it out. We'll see you there.
Toot.